Hello, I'm Guest808. I am a Mishima player. I play on Hitbox, and I've made this video to do two things. The first thing that I made this video to do is to get rid of some cheating allegations that I had. A couple people were telling me that they don't find my gameplay to be very legitimate because I still consider myself an intermediate player, but I do have a very high execution skill. So I'm here to demonstrate that execution skill live with my hand cam to just validate myself, essentially, and to just show anybody who might have any sort of suspicion. Here's a video of me doing it live. So when you use the hitbox normally, you hold it like this. I believe it's called second or first position, where I shift my hand over and I have two fingers actuating my forward button. This allows me to augment my movement very heavily in this game. So you can backdash on hitbox like this or like this, pretty consistently. But the way I like to backdash is I like to hold the button and I use both my hands here. That gives me some excellent control over my backdash, my speed of my backdash, and it also allows me to have a lot of fluidity in terms of how I express my movement. If you can see, both of my hands are on my movement keys. And a movement-based fighter, I'm not really too worried about this because, as I'm backdashing, I'm continuing to block. My finger never comes off of the back button right there, you see? It just continues to stay on it, no matter what. It never, ever, ever comes off. We're taking advantage of SOCD here. You can also use this technique to do electrics very consistently. Obviously, the way you would do an electric is about the same way that you would throw a DP, but you have to do it perfectly. Let's see if I can get one. There we go. The way that I do electrics is I use the technique here, and I'm tapping forward with this hand, and then I'm tapping down, holding down, and I'm bringing my pointer and my ring finger down at the same time to actuate forward and 2. This gives me my down forward 2 input. And this, in conjunction with the other technique that I've displayed, allows me to have a lot of fluidity in terms of how I approach my opponent. It also allows me to vary up the speed of my wave dash pretty heavily. Yeah, it just allows for a lot more consistency. A lot of these techniques aren't necessarily applicable on player 2 side, especially the electric. The electric, you're kind of just stuck doing regular electrics, but, at the end of the day, it's a hitbox, so it's really not the end of the world. It's not impossible by any means, and definitely a lot easier to do than something you would learn on stick. I think that covers pretty much everything. Another quick little note I'd like to show is this technique also does work to wave dash from player 2 side, taking advantage of SOCD once again. We're basically doing a backwards wave dash here. Essentially I'm tapping back and then I'm doing my quarter circle motion, but since I have forward held, my back is giving me a forward input, right? And that allows me to change the way that this comes out. Now it is possible to do electrics this way, but I find it to be really inconsistent. I just don't really understand how you're supposed to do electrics like that. So of course, if I'm doing this, I would just take my hands off and I'll input a regular crouch dash here. Good old YouTube effect. Anyway, that's about everything I had to show for this video. And I think that about wraps things up. Thank you for watching. Maybe I'll have more content soon if that's interesting to anybody. Let me know what you think, and have a great day.